Oh, that's really loud. Well, good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to the Loop Road Complex on the campus of Hamilton College for today's Northeast Sports Network presentation of Hamilton College baseball. Today, a doubleheader between the Hamilton Continentals and the Amherst Mammoths. My name is John McGraw, and welcome in here to overcast and slightly cool Loop Road Baseball and Softball Complex for Game 2 of a three-game series between the Continentals and the Mammoths. Hamilton coming in off of a 5-4 win over Amherst last night. A walk-off win on a Brett Mealy infield single at the bottom of the ninth, in which Hamilton scored 2 runs to win it over Amherst yesterday evening here at Loop Road. Hamilton looking to continue winning ways here in Game 2 of this three-game series and Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Hamilton 12-12 overall, Amherst 10-11. More importantly in the league, Hamilton 1-5, Amherst 4-3 in the NESCAC West. Let's get to the Amherst College starting lineup as we get set for the top of the first inning. It's Max Steinhorn leading off and playing second. Harry Roberson bats second and plays short. Yanni Thanopoulos, the center fielder, hits third. Anthony Spina batting cleanup, the DH. Then Nick Nardone hits fifth and plays third. Ariel Kenny bats sixth in right field. Then Severino Tachi, Zach Horwitz, and Ryan Harden round out the Amherst batting order against Max Jones, the tall left-hander, making the Game 2 start for Hamilton today, and his first pitch of the ball game is inside for ball number 1. Jones, a tall left-hander out of California, normally Hamilton's Game 3 pitcher in an NESCAC series, but with Finley O'Hara going one inning in yesterday's opening game of the series, it's Max Jones getting the call. Ground ball up the middle, gobbled up by Jordan Northrup, and he'll gun it across the diamond to Andrew Hauser, and Max Steinhorn is retired, and there's one away in the Amherst top of the first inning. Defensively for Hamilton, before I tell you a little bit more about Max Jones, in the infield left to right, it's Dean Rosenberg at third, Jordan Northrup at short, Chris Collins at second, and Andrew Hauser at first. Brett Mealy behind the plate, and then the outfield left to right is Robert Morris, Kenny Collins, and Ryan Wolfsburg, and the first pitch to Harry Roberson low and in for ball number 1. Roberson batting .364, 2 home runs, 16 RBI, and a .591 slugging percentage. 32 hits for Roberson as he bounces a hard one down the third baseline, foul for a strike. Nice barehanded play. I believe that was by Amherst head coach Brian Ham. One away, top of the first, no score. Amherst at the plate, Hamilton in the field. This one off the glove of Rosenberg. He'll track it down, hurry the throw to first, and it's in time. 5-3, and Roberson goes down on the ground out, and so 2 up, 2 down for Max Jones at the top of the first, and here's Yanni Thanopoulos, Amherst's leading RBI man. 27 RBI for Thanopoulos, senior out of Highland, California. So he'll stand in, nobody on, 2 outs, top of the first. Game 1 of our twin bill, scheduled for 7. High leg kick, the pitch low and in for ball number 1. Jones on the season, Max Jones 0-2 with a 5.74 ERA and 26 2/3 innings pitched. 17 strikeouts and 8 walks and a chopper to the left side. Rosenberg a tough in-between hop, scooping it with one hand. And that's the end of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, all by way of the ground ball for the Mammoths in the top of the first. And they go down 1-2-3, and there's no score after a half. We'll keep it right here and take you through the Hamilton batting order against what will be Jackson Vole, the starter for Amherst. As here is how Hamilton will stack it out for head coach Tim Burns. Chris Collins leads off and plays second base. Kenny Collins' brother bats second in center field. Ryan Wolfsburg in right today, he'll bat third. Then Andrew Hauser, the cleanup man at first base. Brett Mealy, the hero from yesterday, he'll bat fifth and do the catching. Jordan Northrup, the shortstop, bats sixth. Craig Sanford will be the designated hitter in game number 1, and we might see him behind the plate in game number 2, potentially, depending on how things come out. Dean Rosenberg, the number 8 man of the lineup at third base, and then Robert Morris rounding things out in left field. He'll bat ninth, the Hamilton senior. And that will be against the Amherst ace. One would say Jackson Vole. Vol on the season, 4-0 with a 1.82 earned run average. 24 2/3 innings pitched for the senior out of La Jolla High School in San Diego. 21 strikeouts, 10 walks in 4 starts for the right-hander for the Mammoths. An all-conference selection Vol was last year. Led all NESCAC pitchers in ERA with 1.79, and Vol finished last year 6-1 in 60 1/3 innings pitched. He struck out 44, walked 12. That was last year in 10 starts. The last time Jacksonville pitched here in Clinton, he struck out 10 in an Amherst win during his sophomore season. So there's no score as we move into the top of the Hamilton batting order in the last of the first. Game 1 of our twin bill today between the Mammoths and the Continentals as Jacksonville finishes his warm-up tosses. What a heart-stopping win yesterday for Hamilton, and a big one to pick up here at the Loop Road Complex. The Continentals now on the season are 5-2. And already some highlight wins in those 5. Of course, the first win was a win over nationally ranked Oswego State here. Then the Continentals had a 16-run explosion against Brockport. Also the walk-off win here yesterday against Amherst, the first conference win here at the Loop Road Complex. And it's Chris Collins to get things going, one of the heroes from yesterday for Hamilton. Collins after yesterday hitting .359, 2 home runs, 8 RBI. First pitch swing, high drive deep to left field. The left fielder going back, and he will make a running catch. That is Ryan Harden for Amherst, and there's one away in the Hamilton half of the first inning. Spacious outfield here at Loop Road, 375 to the gaps, 330 down the lines, and 400 to straightaway center. So Chris Collins retired. Now his brother Kenny is the batter, center fielder for Hamilton. So one away for Jacksonville. Kenny hitting .391. One of the lefty hitters in the Hamilton lineup. Craig Sanford another. First pitch from Jacksonville. There's a push bunt right out in front of the plate. Vol comes off to field it. The throw to first is in time, and there's 2 away. As Kenny Collins trying to bunt his way on for a hit. He's retired, so 2 up, 2 down for Hamilton, much like it was Amherst in the first inning. And now Ryan Wolfsburg steps to the right fielder. Breeze picks up here, blowing stiffly out to left field on this overcast and cool to cold Saturday afternoon. With the sun behind the clouds today, a patchwork of gray puffiness over the top of our heads. It'll be much easier for the outfielders to pick up the baseball, whereas when it's sunny here, it's a little tougher. Wolfsburg, the righty swinging senior. Part of a very good senior class for Hamilton that's led this team offensively. Top of the lineup in particular has been hitting the ball like gangbusters, all over 300. Hamilton, though, is a team just a smidge below the 300 batting average line, and Wolfsburg at 1-1 here. 2 away, nobody out, last of the first. Vol misses, 2-1 the count. Should Wolfsburg reach, he'd be the first one on of the game. Andrew Hauser on deck for Hamilton, the long and tall first baseman. Continentals 12 wins this season. Pop up left side of the diamond. This one craning back behind home plate. Severino Tachi kind of lost that one in the wind a little bit. Got turned around almost like a top, then went sprinting over and nearly made a circus-style catch. Just goes down as a strike in the scorebook, and it's 2-2 on Ryan Wolfsburg. Senior from Lincoln hitting .385, 2 home runs, 14 RBI. Currently a 17-game hitting streak for Wolfsburg, who right now is on pace to set Hamilton school records potentially in career hits and runs batted in. Vol low and into the count, runs full 3-2 on Ryan Wolfsburg. Hamilton winning yesterday, looking to make it 2 in a row here over the visitors from Western Massachusetts in this NESCAC West matchup. Payoff pitch off of Wolfsburg's bat, then hits him or Tachi, and it rolls into foul territory, so a dead ball. We'll do it again at 3-2. Defensively for Amherst, left to right in the infield, it's Nardone at third, Roberson at short, Steinhorn at second, and Horwitz at first. Severino Tachi, the first year behind the plate. Hardin, Thanopoulos, Kenny left to right in the outfield as Wolfsburg fouls away another pitch. And if there's one thing that Ryan does really well, it stays alive the count. He works the count, fouls off pitches, waits for something good to hit. His career average right now as well, potentially, should it stay where it is. Very likely he could set the program record for best career batting average And the 3-2 from Jacksonville misses inside for ball number 4. And Ryan Wolfsburg draws a 2-out walk in the last of the first inning.
Now batting for Hamilton, the first baseman, number 13, Andrew Hauser.
So 1 on, 2 outs, last of the first, no score. Andrew Hauser, the batter. Hauser, the long and tall first baseman, another one of those Hamilton seniors that's led the team to, or helped, I should say, lead the team to 16 wins each of the last 2 years. Certainly maybe on pace for that right now as Hauser looks in a strike at the knees. The senior Hauser out of Newton, Mass, batting .329, 17 RBI. Second on the team behind the man behind him in the lineup, Brett Mealy. Hauser, like Wolfsburg, very close to that career program mark for RBI. And a mighty cut and a miss from Hauser for a strike. And quickly Jacksonville out ahead 0-2 of Hauser after dealing the free pass to Ryan Wolfsburg. Blow with his back to the runner. Horwitz holding him on. Kicking the pitch outside for a ball, 1-2. Pitching has been the Achilles heel for the Mammoths so far this season. Purple and white into the day with a NESCAC worst 5.80 team earned run average. Of all those men, the exception, he has been fantastic for the Mammoths on the bump. 1-2 pitch just a bit outside and low. Hauser works it now to a 2-2 count. The Collins brothers retired quickly. Then Wolfsburg a walk, and now Hauser at 2-2 here. Last of the first, no score. That's the story so far for the blue and white. 2-2 pitch bounced in. Tachi blocks it. Count full 3-2. Jacksonville is last time out terrific against Middlebury. Terrific against Williams, I should say. 7 innings, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts. As Amherst swept that series from their rivals in Williamstown. Payoff pitch called strike 3, and that's the end of the inning. And Jacksonville gets his way out of trouble. Retired the Collins brothers quickly, then the 2-out walk to Wolfsburg does not do any damage. And we're through one complete here in Clinton under overcast and cloudy skies. And it's Hamilton and Amherst scoreless. We'll step aside briefly to the audio commentary and come back. This is Hamilton Baseball right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Moving into the top of the second, no score, Hamilton and Amherst here on the Northeast Sports Network. John McGraw wishing you a happy Saturday afternoon here from Clinton, New York, and Oneida County. Anthony Spina, Nick Nardone, and Ariel Kenny, the Schedule 3 for the Mammoths against the long and tall lefty Max Jones. First pitch slung in from the southpaw for a called strike on the Amherst DH. Spina is senior out of Brooklyn, .377, 1 home run, 11 RBI. All NESCAC selection last year. Now long fly ball to deep left field. Morris going back, still going back, and he won't get there. It's a home run for Anthony Spina, and Amherst has a 1-0 lead. Second home run of the season for the Amherst senior from Brooklyn, and the Mammoths out ahead here for the first time of the day and the first run of the day. And that one just simply carried, not wind-aided whatsoever. That popped right off the bat. And Amherst leads 1-0 on the first hit of the game, a home run from Anthony Spina. So Amherst with the lead, and Nick Nardone stands in against Max Jones. First pitch, fastball up and away for ball number 1. Nardone, the reigning NESCAC Player of the Week, hitting .364, 3 home runs, 18 RBI. Amherst offensively, while the pitching hasn't been great, the bats have been very good. Mammoth's averaging nearly 8 runs a game. 2-0 on Nardone, the Amherst third baseman. Hard line drive, left field. Morris coming on. He'll play it on one hop. And back-to-back hits to start things off at the top of the second for the visitors from Amherst. That one, a frozen rope hit out into left field. So runner on first, still nobody out. A home run and a single so far for the Mammoths in the top of the second. Nariel Kenny, one of the heroes for Amherst yesterday, steps in. Amherst rallying from down 3-0 to take a lead at the top of the ninth, 4-3, and Kenny's triple in the top of the ninth helped stoke the fires there, and here a hard grounder through the left side, and everybody getting on the hit parade right now for the visitors. Everything going out to left field as well. As first the home run by Spina to left, then Nardone and Kenny back-to-back singles. One solidly into left and the other hit on the ground. So Nardone's on second, Kenny's on first, still not away, and the batter is the first-year catcher, Severino Tachi. Tachi batting .328, 13 RBI in the season. Amherst now 13 home runs as well, and that's tied for the conference lead. And a first pitch curveball called strike 1. Defense shading towards second up the middle in a dump truck-sized hole on the left side of the diamond right now, with Northrop very close to second. Jones kicks and fires and a bouncer foul third base way. The way both teams swing the bats, I think we're going to see a lot of offense today. Amherst has reached double figures, I believe 6 or 7 times this year, with a high of 20. That was at home against Springfield. Jones winds and fires, and the pitch was low. Did Tachi go around? Yes, he did, says the first base umpire. Actually, that was strike 3, so there's one away here in the Amherst top of the second inning. It's the first out. First strikeout of the day for Max Jones in his 18th of the season. Now the lefty swinging Zach Horwitz steps in. One would say he's probably the starting pitcher for Amherst in Game 2 of our doubleheader later. Utility man for the Mammoths, playing first base here in our opener. Horwitz, a freshman from Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, batting .276 in limited offensive action. 1 home run and 6 RBI. 5, check that. One away, pop up, third base side, foul grounds. Rosenberg coming in, and he puts it away. Just about halfway down the line, and just like that, there's 2 down. So Jones, after allowing a home run and back-to-back singles, strikes out Tachi swinging, then gets Horwitz to pop out in foul territory, trying to limit the Amherst offense to just 1 run here. And now the batter's the left fielder, Ryan Harden. Made a nice running catch in the Hamilton half of the first inning. Mammoths lead at 1-0 and 2 ducks on the pond here, top of the second. Game 1 of our doubleheader, and this one scheduled for 7. Harden hitting .359 as a number 9 hitter. 12 RBI, 23 hits, and 8 steals. Jones from the letters has that long leg kick and just kind of glides to the plate in his mechanics. You got Nardone on second, Kenny on first. Fastball buzzed inside, misses. Count out 3-0 on the number 9 man of the Amherst lineup with Max Steinhorn on deck. Solo home run by Anthony Spina to start the inning. That's the only scoring we've had so far. 1-0 for the visitors. Jones glances to second, now goes to the plate, and this one slipped in just barely at the knees for a delayed called strike. Infield back to regular depth with Northrop just about on the lip of the outfield grass, one would say, here on the field turf surface. Jones trying to paint the corner. This time misses just a bit outside, and the bases are loaded for the Mammoths in the top of the second inning with a 1-0 lead. Nardone on to third, Kenny on second, Harden's on first with a 2-out free pass. Amherst had a pair of 2-out RBI yesterday, and now Max Steinhorn, who's 0 for 1, steps in. Second baseman for Amherst. 368 hitter on the season, 13 RBI. Looks at called strike one. Steinhorn grounded out to short back in the first inning. Bases right now full of Mammoths. Already 1-0 Amherst leads 1 run home this inning. Jones tried to work the inside against the little righty swinger, and he misses 1-1. 2 away here, top of the second. Amherst 1, Hamilton 0. Kick at the pitch and a hard grounder to the right side. Throw to first, gets away from Hauser, and everybody will be safe for Amherst. Two runs come home to score on that play. All the way over to third is Hardin. And Amherst's lead is 3-0. Hauser could not make the stretch there. Nardone scores from third. Kenny from second. Hardin all the way over to third. And the batter now, the shortstop, Harry Roberson. This pitch outside, called ball number 1. Both those runs will be unearned to Max Jones. Jones to the letters, and the Californian paints one across the letters on that purple jersey for a called strike. 2 away here, top of the second. Amherst 3, Hamilton 0. A home run from Anthony Spina, then a error on a ground ball leading to 2 runs coming home. And here's a base hit up the middle. Another run will score, and it's 4-0 for the Mammoths on the 2-out RBI hit from Harry Roberson. Steinhorn on to second, and now Amherst is hit through the lineup here in the top of the second inning. Thanopoulos, the 9th man to the plate this frame, attacking the first pitch and missing for a strike. Thanopoulos grounded out to third to end the first inning. Four runs on 4 hits and an error this inning for the Mammoths. And a swing and a miss for strike 2, and quickly the Mammoth center fielder behind 0-2. That neon green stick in his right hand. Jones ball behind the back now comes to the set. Steinhorn dancing off second. Bouncing ball to the left side, and Rosenberg's going to call his own number, get the force out at third, and that'll end the inning. However, the Mammoths get 4 runs on 4 hits. The big blow coming out a home run from Anthony Spina to start the inning. Then a 2-out error brings home 2 runs, and an RBI single from Harry Roberson. And at the end of 1.5, it's Amherst 4, Hamilton 0. Jacksonville in the bump when we come back. And you're watching Hamilton College baseball right here on the Northeast Sports. Okay. Hello again, friends. My name's John McGraw, and you're watching Hamilton Baseball here at the Northeast Sports Network. Last of the second, Amherst 4, Hamilton 0. Mealy, Northrup, and Craig Sanford, the schedule 3 against Jacksonville. Brett Mealy, the hero from yesterday with the game-winning infield hit in the 5-4 victory for Hamilton over Amherst, and Vol pumps in a strike at the knees. Amherst 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error on Hamilton in that top of the second inning. A big frame for the purple and white. Jackson Voll's got himself a nice little cushion to work with. A swing and a foul tip for Brett Mealy for strike number 2. Mealy having a heck of a season, 20 RBI already. Senior catcher from Jersey, batting .310, 20 RBI. 5 doubles, 5 triples. And Vol misses, not sure where, called ball number 1. Mealy the last 2 years, 46 RBI combined. He's really come on offensively as a junior and senior. And this time Vol rings up Mealy on strikes, and there's 1 away in the Hamilton half of the second. Second strikeout of the day for Jackson Vol, senior from San Diego. 1 away in the shortstop, Jordan Northrup, the batter. Northrup, the second-year starter. Coming into today batting at .235, 16 hits, 5 RBI. First pitch swing and a hard line drive. Thanopoulos barely has to move, and there's 2 down to the Hamilton second. You talk about positioning right there, and Yanni Thanopoulos literally just about had to stand right where he was and put his glove up. And Jackson Voll's retired 3 straight, and the only man that's reached him is Ryan Wolfsburg on the 2-out walk in the first inning. Here's the DH Craig Sanford, one of 2 lefty hitters in the lineup. First pitch swing, pop-up, left side of the infield. Roberson calling for it, looking up into the clouds, and that will do it. Vol works a very quick 1-2-3, bottom of the second. And we are through 2 complete here at the Loop Road Complex under overcast skies in Clinton, New York, on the campus of Hamilton College. We're here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. It's Amherst 4, Hamilton nothing. Top of the third, and we come back, and this is Hamilton Baseball on the Northeast Sports Network. Top of the third inning from the Loop Road Complex. My name's John McGraw, and I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday wherever you might be tuned in. For Amherst in the top of the third, a 4-0 lead, and it's Spina, Nardone, and Kenny, the scheduled 3. Anthony Spina already with a home run today, and that was last inning to put Amherst on the scoreboard. The first pitch of the third from Max Jones inside for a ball. Jones worked a 1-2-3 first, then ran into trouble in the second. The 2-out error on the ball hit by Steinhor did not help Hamilton's cause either. Big looping curveball taken for ball number 2. Jones, the sophomore from Bishop Ahmad High School, misses outside. Ball number 3 to Anthony Spina, the DH, and clearly Spina getting nothing to look at here. Next by way of Whittier, California. Last year went 3-0 in 35 2/3 innings, and he pumps in a strike on a get-over pitch. Last year, his best appearance came against Allegheny down in Florida. 7-inning complete game. Little flare foul, and Brian Ham, the Amherst head coach, another nice barehanded play. He's had quite the run at Amherst as the Purple and White have put together some very solid numbers over the last few years. NCAA tournament 2 years ago. Last year, again, made the conference tournament. Amherst and Wesleyan in the NESCAC West have almost been fixtures in the postseason. And a swing and a miss for strike number 3, and down goes Anthony Spina for the first out at the top of the third. strikeout of the day for Max Jones. One away, and Nick Nardone, the batter. Nardone 1 for 1 to the single to left field his last trip. Reigning NESCAC Player of the Week, as I mentioned, his last time up. Hit the ball very well against Williams College last weekend. Nardone takes a called strike. Last week against Eastern Connecticut and Williams, he had 7 hits, 10 RBI. 4 straight wins for the Mammoths, and Nardone lifts one here down the right field line. Wolfsburg and Hauser giving chase, and Hauser runs out of real estate. So it just goes down as a long strike to the Amherst third sacker. One away top of the third. All the scoring came at the top of the second as Amherst put 4 runs together on 4 hits. The big blow coming out a home run from Anthony Spina to get the deluge going. Amherst's offense this year again has been very good. 19 in the season opener against Keystone. This one lofted back foul. Count stays 0-2 on Nardone. Amherst has impressive wins, a couple over nationally ranked sides. Keystone was one, Marietta another, and both of those lopsided wins, 19-9 and 14-1. Hard hit grounder left side. Northrup's got to charge it though, and the throw to first is in time, despite the head first belly flop from Nick Nardone trying to beat it out. A couple of different schools of thought on that. Obviously, if you give up your feet, you're maybe kind of slowing your momentum slightly, whereas if you try to go stand up running through the bag, you might have a little bit more momentum, and there's 2 away for Ariel Kenny. The right fielder who's 1 for 1, and he takes a pitch outside for Max Jones for a ball. Jones's last appearance against Middlebury went 5 innings, struck out 3, gave up 1 earned run, and foul ball third base way. Count 1-1 on Ariel Kenny. Hearty turnout here on this Saturday afternoon for NESCAC West baseball. Jones to the set, misses inside. The ball pops off the mid of Brett Mealy. Resetting the Hamilton defense, it's Rosenberg at third, Northrup at short, Chris Collins at second, and Hauser at first. Mealy behind the plate in the outfield left to right is Morris, Kenny Collins, and Wolfsburg. Jones winds and fires, and a fly ball into left field. Robert Morris calling off Jordan Northrup, and that's the end of the inning. And Max Jones works his second 1-2-3 frame of the day, the first and the third, but Amherst struck in the second, and that's the reason the Mammoths right now have a 4-0 advantage here in Game 1 of our doubleheader, and that's where we will stand heading into the last of the third after this brief timeout. And you're watching Hamilton College and NESCAC baseball right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Last of the third inning on the Northeast Sports Network, Hamilton and Amherst. Game 1 of our doubleheader. This one scheduled for 7, and it's Steen Rosenberg, Robert Morris, and Chris Collins due up against Jacksonville. Rosenberg, the Hamilton third baseman. First pitch, curveball misses low and in for ball number 1. 8-9-1 due up against Jacksonville, who so far has faced 7 men, retired 6 of them. Only a 2-out walk to Ryan Wolfsburg. One blemish for the Amherst All-Conference pitcher. He pumps in a strike. Line drive to left field, base hit for Dean Rosenberg, and he gets Hamilton into the hit column. First time that Hamilton's had the leadoff man on today. And so a Rosenberg leadoff single in the third is how we get things going. So 1 on, nobody out for the left fielder, Robert Morris. Morris batting .292 in limited action, 3 RBI, 14 hits, 7 runs scored. Having a career offensive year as a senior. And a toss over to first by Volda Horwitz, and back in safely is Dean Rosenberg. Hamilton offensively this year has been very good, hitting .299 as a team. In April, the Continental's offense really has gotten going. A couple of players in particular who we'll talk about as the day goes on have had really hot months. Hamilton's always found a way to score runs in bunches at home, previously at Royce Field, and here this year as well at the new Loop Road Complex. Kick of the pitch to Morris. It's upstairs and outside, ball 2. Robert Morris, part of the Hamilton senior class that we've talked about. .54 wins, and Morris hits a frozen rope just past the glove of Harry Roberson into left field. And every hit we've had so far today just about has been to the left side of the diamond. And so back-to-back singles for Rosenberg and Morris to start things out here in the last of the third, and Hamilton's got something in the hopper here. Rosenberg on second, Morris on first, nobody out, and Chris Collins coming up. Let's see what Tim Burns decides to do here, to let Collins swing away or maybe try to bunt the runners over. In theory, though, Collins could beat out a bunt attempt. He's quick enough. NESCAC leader in stolen bases. Or excuse me, Kenny's the leader in stolen bases. Chris, very offensive, good bat as Vold turns to second. Nobody holding Rosenberg on, though. Roberson and Steinhorn shading near the bag at second. Nardone in on the infield grass at third. First pitch to Chris Collins after he is called strike 1. Chris in the mist right now, the 15-game hit streak. 18 games this season, he's at least had 1 hit. This is his 95th career game, and Chris went 4 for 4 yesterday in the 5-4 win here over the Mammoths. Bunt attempt, and it's looped off foul, strike number 2. Well, that'll take the bunt off immediately, as you don't want to try to bunt here with 2 strikes and 2 runners on, trying to get back into the game down 4-0. So Chris Collins will swing away. Infield remains up the middle at double play depth, and a huge hole on the left side of the infield, with Nardone very close to the line at third. Chris Collins 0 for 1 of the fly out to left. This one smoked foul just off the hand of the Hamilton third base coach. Hamilton 2 hits here already in the third. Back-to-back singles by Rosenberg and Morris. And the very lethal Chris Collins at the plate. His brother Kenny is on deck. 2 of the heroes from yesterday that got that 9th inning rally going against the Mammoths. And a pitch outside. Looked at for ball number 1. Jackson Vole sailed through his first 2 innings, but here in the third he's run into some trouble. Back-to-back base hits for the Blue. The 1-2 will have to wait as Vole curls around towards second with a gray pants and purple shirt. Harry Roberson, the Amherst shortstop, we look right over his shoulder. You can really notice him with the protection around the net. Grounded to third, throw to second for 1. The relay to first is not in time. Couldn't be played either by Horwitz. So Amherst gets the force at second. That'll retire Morris. Rosenberg over to third. Collins safe up the line and a fielder's choice. So there's 1 away, but Hamilton's got runners on the corners for Kenny Collins. Kenny Collins is the NESCAC leader in stolen bases. Comes into the day batting .391. Over 100 in games played in the blue and white for Kenny. First pitch low for ball number 1 of Nardone creeping in on the third base side, the Amherst third baseman. Rosenberg leading off in foul grounds. Chris Collins over on first, and let's see if Hamilton maybe thinks about a potential double steal here. Tim Burns likes to gamble on the bases. Throw to first, gets away. On his way to second, rounding second, heading for third is Chris Collins. He will get there standing up. The runner scored from third, Dean Rosenberg, and Hamilton's onto the scoreboard. And it's 4-1. It looked like Chris Collins broke before the throw came. The error allows the run to score. And Chris Collins all the way over to third, and the count now 1-1 on Kenny. Kenny trying to bunt his way aboard last time up, and he was retired 1-3. So all of a sudden it's 4-1 here. Swing and a miss by Kenny Collins for a strike. Kenny Collins bringing in an 11-game on-base streak to today. Jacksonville trying to calm things down here. 1-2 pitch misses. Ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One away, runner on third. Back-to-back hits by Rosenberg and Morris, then a force out. Then Chris Collins forces the Amherst misplay. Brings home a run. 2-2 pitch lifted into the air. Left side of the infield. Calling for it and making the catch is Nardone. And there's 2 outs. So a big out there for Amherst. Mammoths, if they can get out of this allowing just 1 run, that would certainly be a moral victory. But the dangerous Ryan Wolfsburg will be the batter with a man on third and 2 outs in the home half of the third with Hamilton down 4-1. Wolfsburg drew a 2-out walk his last time up. The senior from Lincoln, Massachusetts. First pitch called strike. Last time that Ryan was held hitless in a game was March the 20th. As you mentioned earlier, he's got a 17-game hit streak right now. Runner on third, Chris Collins, the 0-1. Breaking ball called strike number 2, and Jacksonville not messing around here, quickly ahead of Ryan Wolfsburg 0-2. That said, Wolfsburg, when he is at best, it seems, is when he's down in the count, fighting off pitches. And here he finds himself behind now. Runner on third, Chris Collins leading in foul territory. Pitch low and away for a ball. 1 run home here for Hamilton in the inning on 2 hits, 1 Amherst error. Chris Collins causing havoc on the base paths, drawing the errant throw. That brought home a Hamilton run. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low and away, ball number 2. Ryan Wolfsburg not biting on that one. And go down as one of the offensive bests at Hamilton. Pretty good for a guy that didn't play baseball as a junior or sophomore in high school due to injuries. 2-2 pitch hit out towards deep right center field. Right fielder going back, still going back and making a lunging, diving catch is Ariel Kenny. And that is the end of the inning. A highlight reel grab by Ariel Kenny for the out. And Wolfsburg gave that one a ride, but Ariel Kenny saying no. And that's how the Hamilton third comes to an end. For the Continentals, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left. We're through 3 complete here at the Loop Road Complex, and it's Amherst 4, Hamilton 1. Back with the top of the 4th, and we come back right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Amherst 4, Hamilton 1, moving into the top of the fourth inning. Max Jones back out for the Blue, and he'll face 7, 8, 9 in Brian Ham's lineup card. Severino Tachi, the first-year catcher, leading off. Looks at a strike on the outside corner from the southpaw Max Jones. So far for Jones, 3 innings, 4 runs allowed on 4 hits. Just one of the runs earned and a couple of strikeouts. Swinging a foul tip off Brett Mealy. Quickly, Max is ahead of Severino Tachi, 0-2. Tachi 0 for 1. He got called out on strikes in the second. Part of that 4-run inning for the purple and white. But Hamilton got one back in the home half the third. Tough play here for Rosenberg. Rosenberg throwing on the run and a bang-bang play at first. And Tachi is retired. Fantastic throw by Rosenberg, and that was almost a photo finish right there up the line.
Now batting a pinch hitter, number 25, Chase Henley.
And Brian Ham would like to have a word of the first base umpire here as he'll make the slow walk across the diamond, and Chase Henley will be batting here for Amherst in the top of the fourth in place of Zach Horwitz. And so Brian Ham will go over and state his case as Chase Henley gets set to bat. Horwitz will finish his game 1, 0 for 1, very likely just heading back over to the dugout maybe to get himself ready for the start later on today in game 2 of our doubleheader. And Brian Ham not happy with the first base umpire after that call. And after the last half inning, while we were at the break, Tim Burns wanted to chat with one of the outfield umpires that made the out call on the Wolfsburg fly ball to right center field on the beautiful diving catch by Ariel Kenny. Brian Ham doesn't look very happy, but the call will stand, the out at first, and there's one away here with Chase Henley standing in. Henley, a sophomore from Pleasanton, California, batting .242, 2 home runs, 16 RBI. Righty swinger. First pitch lifted first base way, and that one will crane out of play for a strike. 4-1 is our score here, top of the fourth. Amherst 10-11 after yesterday's loss. Hamilton 12-12. More importantly in the division, though, Amherst 4-3. Hamilton 1-5. 5 teams in the NESCAC West. 2 move on to the NESCAC tournament. And a line drive over the head of Dean Rosenberg up the left field line for a base hit. Robert Morris will scoop up and gun back into the infield. And Chase Henley's got himself a pinch hit single.
Number 12, Ryan Harden.
5th hit of the day for the Mammoths, and there's 1 on 1 out for Ryan Harden, the left fielder. Harden walked his last time up to load the bases in the second. Harden shows bunt, pulls back. Jones buzzes a fastball high, taken for ball number 1. Harden, a junior out of Riverside, Connecticut, having a fantastic offensive year, a career high year. Looks at ball number 2. Yesterday, though, Harden 0 for 4 in the Amherst loss. Jones, the leg kick of the pitch. Tough play, back of the hole for Jordan Northrup. He'll just eat the baseball, probably a wise decision. And it'll be an infield single for Ryan Harden, and he's on for the second time of the game. Northrup really didn't have a play there. He did a tremendous job just to track the ball down. And rather than try to make a circus throw to first and possibly throw the ball away, he decided to eat it. And so now the Mammoths have first and second, 1 out, top of the fourth, and a 4-1 lead for the top of the lineup in Max Steinhorn. Steinhorn 0 for 2, misses on a bunt attempt for strike 1. Roberson, Thanopoulos, and Spina, the next scheduled 3. Rare RBI chance here for the leadoff man Steinhorn, the junior from D.C. Does have 13 runs batted into the season. Part of that double play combo up the middle with Harry Roberson. Steinhorn looks at a pitch low for a strike. Steinhorn reached on an error his last time up. Hit a ground ball to the right side that Chris Collins threw away, trying to get Steinhorn at first on a close play. Jones winds and fires. This one looks like it's going to be a textbook double play, and it will be. 6-4 to 3. Northrup to Chris Collins to Hauser, inning over. So Max Jones gets into trouble, gives up back-to-back one-out hits, but then a 6-4-3 twin killing, and that ends the Amherst top of the fourth. We're through 3.5 here from the Loop Road Complex. My name's John McGraw, and it's Hamilton trailing Amherst 4-1. We'll step aside briefly, come back with Hamilton up in the bottom of the fourth, and you're watching Hamilton College and NESCAC baseball on the Northeast Sports Network. Turn around. Back here, Northeast Sports Network coverage of Hamilton College baseball. Andrew Hauser leading off the Hamilton half of the fourth, and he looks at his strength and ease. Chase Henley remains in the game for Amherst. Still play first base for the purple and white, taking the spot of Zach Horwitz. Jacksonville kicks and throws and misses low to Hauser. Andrews 0 for 1 of the strikeout looking in the first. And that ended the inning with a runner on first base. What a play, though, back in the last of the third by Ariel Kenny. The diving stab in right center field to rob Ryan Wolfsburg of what looked sure to be at least a double. Keep a run from scoring to keep this a 4-1 lead for the Mammoths. 2-1 to Hauser outside, ball number 3. So far, Jacksonville's been pretty good. Heard his own calls, though, with an errant throw to first on what was an attempted pickoff with a runner in motion. Hauser swinging a drive out to left field. Coming on is Harden. Maybe misjudged a little bit. Now he'll curl in and make the catch for the first out. One away in the Hamilton fourth. You look at what Jacksonville has done today. He's only allowed 2 hits. 1 to Rosenberg, 1 to Morris. Those were back-to-back in the third. Then the walk to Wolfsburg in the first. Then he got some help from Kenny on the diving play. And, well, that's really been all the damage that Hamilton's been able to do against Jacksonville. Brett Mealy, the batter. He's 0 for 1 of the strikeout looking to start the second. Interesting thing about Brett Mealy, reading his bio on the Hamilton website, he's from New Jersey, but he lists himself as a Boston Red Sox fan. Throw to first by Nardone and a brilliant scoop at first base. And there's 2 down. Tremendous defensive play right there by the Amherst first baseman. And just like that, there's 2 down. And the shortstop, Jordan Northrup, steps up. Northrup 0 for 1 of the fly out to center. That play's not made at first base. That's very likely 2 bases there for Brett Mealy. Northrup attacking on the first pitch, and that'll do it. He hits a liner right at Steinhorn, and Steinhorn grabs it, and that's the end of the frame. So a fly out to left, a ground out to third, and a line out to second. That's the story for the Blue in the fourth. We're through 4 complete here, nearly about the midway point of game 1 of our Twin Bill, and it's the Mammoths from Amherst College leading Hamilton by a score of 4-1. Top of the 5th when we come back right here on the Northeast Sports Network. You are looking live at Hamilton College in the Loop Road Baseball and Softball Complex on this Saturday, April 22nd, 2017. Game 1 of a NESCAC West Twin Bill between Hamilton and Amherst, and into the top of the 5th, Amherst 4, Hamilton 1. All of Amherst's 4 runs came in the second inning, and Harry Roberson leading off the Mammoths. As the breeze picks up here in Clinton, the first pitch from Max Jones up and away for ball number 1. Roberson 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the second, as he knocked in Amherst's 4th run of that second inning outburst. Foul off by the Amherst shortstop here, count 1-1. Roberson, Thanopoulos, and Spina the scheduled 3 for head coach Brian Ham for the Mammoths, looking to even the record back up at 500. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. Nice pitch there from Max Jones that fell off the table. Roberson's second-team All-Conference player last year. 100 career games exactly after yesterday. Chris Collins on the outfield grass, double pumps and throws to first, and Roberson goes down 4-3.
Now batting the center fielder, number 7, Yanni Thanopoulos.
One down for the center fielder, Yanni Thanopoulos. Tell you what, Amherst had some pretty good center fielders the last few years. Thanopoulos obviously a tremendous RBI man for the purple and white. Before him, Mike Odenwalder, who was an NESCAC Player of the Year, went on to be drafted for the Baltimore Orioles as a junior. First pitch to Thanopoulos up and away for a ball. Yanni 0 for 2. Grounded out to third of the first, then hit into a fielder's choice to end the second. Here a fly ball into right field. Wolfsburg barking out, ball, 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 and he makes the catch. 2 away. Interesting numbers for Max Jones. You look at the innings that he's had, the first and third innings. He went 1-2-3. Second inning, he got into trouble, giving up the leadoff home run. That Amherst kind of got the hit parade going. Then in the fourth, Jones got the double play ground out to end the threat. Here quickly, 2 up, 2 down. To the DH, Anthony Spina steps in. Feast or famine for Spina today. Homered his first at bat, then struck out swinging his last trip. And there's strike number 1 of the DH from New York City. Brooklyn specifically for Anthony Spina, looking at strike number 2. 4-year starter for Amherst, 11 career home runs. 6 of those dingers came last year for Spina. Last night he went 1 for 4 of the double, and this one lifted into the air, into the clouds nearly. That one nearly a rainmaker, and Jordan Northrup comes down with it, and Max Jones picks up his third 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon. However, Amherst still hanging on to a 4-1 lead. We go to the Hamilton half of the 5th when we come back, and you're watching NESCAC West Baseball and Hamilton College Baseball right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Jacksonville back to work for the purple and white of Amherst College, moving into the last of the 5th. Craig Sanford, Dean Rosenberg, Robert Morris, the scheduled 3 due up for Tim Burns Continentals. First pitch, Jacksonville off speed at the knees, called strike 1. Craig Sanford 0 for 1. The DH popped out short back of the second. Well, Jacksonville has been very good so far today for Amherst. One hiccup, that was in the third inning. Other than that, very good for the Amherst All-Conference arm. Trying to move to 5-0 on the season, the senior from San Diego. That pitch bounced in for a ball, 1-2. Again, his last time in Clinton, Jacksonville struck out 10. That was over at Royce Field as a sophomore for the Purple and White. That was the Amherst NCAA tournament team. Hot grounder over to the right side, and Steinhorn is there. One away. Dean Rosenberg and Robert Morris, the next scheduled two, the only two that have base hits against Jacksonville today. 4 1/3, no runs, or excuse me, 1 run, 2 hits. 2 strikeouts, and third baseman Dean Rosenberg, downstate New Yorker. First pitch low and away for a ball. Rosenberg singled to left in the third, then scored on the throw to first by Jacksonville, who was trying to get Chris Collins. Pitch bounced in the dirt. Line so far for Amherst, 4-6-1. For Hamilton, 1-2-1. We're in the last of the fifth here from the Loop Road Complex. Jacksonville, if he can hang on to this one, would pick up his 15th career win for Amherst. Hitters count here for Dean Rosenberg, 2-1. Last of the fifth inning from Clinton. 4-1 Amherst leading. Ball trying to paint the inside corner at the knees, but can't quite do it. 3-1 now to Dean Rosenberg. Ball not wasting time, but he can't find the strike zone outside. Ball number 4, and that's the second walk of the day given up by Amherst. 1 out free pass to Dean Rosenberg, who's on for the second time of the afternoon. And now Robert Morris to the plate for Hamilton. Resetting the defense of the Mammoths, left to right in the infield, it's Nardone at third, Roberson at short, Steinhorn at second. Chase Henley now is at first. He made that beautiful scoop back in the fourth inning. First pitch to Robert Morris, launched out to center field. Thadopoulos ranging over to his right, puts it away. And so Robert Morris goes down on the fly out to center if you're scoring at home. 1 on 2 outs, last of the fifth. Hamilton continuing to have problems trying to figure out Jacksonville, the Amherst ace. 1 on 2 outs for Chris Collins, who reached out a fielder's choice back in the third. For the game, though, Chris 0 for 2. Series 4 for 6, so on a whole, pretty good this weekend against the Purple and White. Light breeze blowing out to left field here at the Loop Road Complex. Pitch to Chris low and outside. Did he hold off on a swing? No, he did not, says the first base umpire. From here, it didn't look like the wrists came around, but it must have been very quick. The first base umpire picked up on it. And the Hamilton second baseman behind 0-2. Collins twins will be very hard to replace, one would think, next season for the Blue, as will this entire senior class. Kick at the pitch, and a ground ball right side, gets through for a base hit. Rounding second, heading for third is Rosenberg. He'll get there standing up. And Hamilton's got 2 out runners on the corners. That one just by Chase Henley at first, and Rosenberg did not hesitate whatsoever, rounding second. So now a 16-game hit streak for Chris Collins. He's on first. Dean Rosenberg's on third, and this is how Hamilton scored its only run of the day. Runners on the corners. Here's Kenny Collins. He's 0 for 2. Big situation here. Hamilton trying to chip away at this 3-run deficit as we get late here in game number 1 of our doubleheader. First pitch low. Chris Collins is going to take second easily. No throw from Severino Tacci. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Kenny Collins, who with one swing of the stick could potentially get Hamilton within 1. In theory, he represents the tying run. 0-1 the count on the lefty hitter from Connecticut. Curveball taken, called strike 2. Sun slightly peeking out from behind the clouds here at Loop Road. Chris Collins on second, Dean Rosenberg on third, 2 outs last of the fifth. Hamilton trying to cut into a 4-1 deficit. It was a late rally yesterday that got the Continentals a 5-4 win over the Mammoths. Can Hamilton rally yet again today? 0-2 pitch fought off back to the screen. Kenny Collins stays alive. Hamilton would love to get him on the bases and bring up Ryan Wolfsburg with a chance potentially to tie the game or take the lead. He's really picking up here. Again, the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt, inning over. Jacksonville pitches his way out of trouble, stranding Hamilton runners on first and third. And we are through 5 complete here at the Loop Road Baseball and Softball Complex. On this Saturday afternoon, game 1 of our doubleheader. It's Amherst 4, Hamilton 1, 5 complete in Clinton. Back at the top of the 6th when we return. And you're watching Hamilton College Baseball right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Amherst 4-6-1, Hamilton 1-3-1. Moving into the top of the 6th, Max Jones working against Nick Nardone, Ariel Kenny, and Severino Tachi. First pitch to Nardone, low and away for a ball. Nick Nardone, the reigning NESCAC player of the week, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Grounded out to short his last time up. Jones paints the inside corner, Hamilton blue for a called strike, 1-1. 3 1-2-3 innings for Max Jones, who's pitched rather well for Hamilton. Big looping curve taken for a strike. That one really hung through the zone there, and had Nardone pulled the trigger, he could have put a good stick on it. Now the 1-2 from the southpaw, low and in, and Mealy sliding over, doing his best Evan Beitenheis impression to block the pitch. Beitenheis, of course, the outstanding Hamilton men's ice hockey goalie. You could also say Samantha Walter for that one as well, the terrific goalie for the women's ice hockey team. 1-2 pitch from Max Jones. Hit on the ground under the glove of Jones, knocked down by the shortstop Northrop, but he's got no play, and safe up the line is Nardone. We'll see how that one's scored, but very likely an infield single for Nick Nardone to get Amherst going at the top of the 6th. With a 4-1 lead, looking to expand on it here. For the time being, it'll be called an error. And so Amherst's got a runner on first. Nobody out, and Ariel Kenny, the right fielder, steps in. First pitch swing, and that one absolutely smashed in foul grounds. Would have been a tough play, I think, had Northrop come up with the baseball there at the back of the infield. And we'll keep our eyes here on the sun. If it comes out and makes things an issue, as what we've seen on sunny days, it's very hard for the right side of the outfield to pick up the baseball off the bat when the sun comes out, depending on where the sun sets up. Ariel Kenny lifts one out to shallow left field. Robert Morris coming on. Puts it away with one hand. One down in the Amherst top of the 6th inning. Severino Tachi, the next batter for Amherst. All 5 runs in this game came either in the 2nd or 3rd inning. Amherst a 4-run second, powered by a home run from Anthony Spina. Also a Hamilton error brought home 2 2-out runs. Harry Roberson also an RBI single for the visitors. And Tachi takes the first pitch from Jones off the back, and he's aboard. So as it stands right now, an error and a hit batsman put runners on first and second with 1 out. Tachi's on for the first time today, and here's the first baseman, Chase Henley. Henley had a pinch hit single in the 4th inning, and Amherst got something cooking here, trying to expand out a 4-1 lead to put this game away. Henley first pitch swing, line drive, right center field, will get all the way to the wall. Rounding third, heading home to score will be Nardone. Hot on his heels is Tachi. He'll hold up at third, and into seconds Chase Henley with a double. And it's now 5-1 Amherst. So Chase Henley off the bench, a single and a double. Also a nice defensive play at first. And he's having himself quite the day. So now Tachi at third, Henley at second. Still one away for left fielder Ryan Harden. Infield now brought in for Hamilton, all around the infield. Rosenberg, Northrup, Chris Collins, and Hauser. First pitch swing, line drive, right center field, same place as the last one. 2 runs are going to come home to score here. Harden digging for third now. Relay throw from the outfield won't be in time, and Ryan Harden's got himself a 2-run triple, and Amherst has blown this one open. It's now 7-1 for the Mammoths.
Now batting the second baseman, number 1, Max Steinhorn.
So it started off with the ball up the middle just under Jones's glove that Nardone reached on. Kenny then flew out to left. Tachi then hit by a pitch, then Henley and Harden back-to-back drives into the right center field power alley. Max Steinhorn fouls one off first base way over the top of the dugout. Amherst has opened up a 7-1 lead, and Hamilton's got some activity now in the bullpen. A right-hander warming up, that is Brett Sanford. Sophomore righty. Line drive right to the shortstop. Morrison will turn and throw to first, or Northrup rather. He threw to third, so I completely botched that. But there is a line out at second, or at short, so Steinhorn retired. 2 away for the shortstop, Harry Roberson. So the liner right at Northrup, he picked it, then threw to third to try to get the runner at third to force him out. Harden, unsuccessful in doing so. Jones going to call his own number, and that's the end of the inning, but Amherst gets the runs it wanted. Unofficially for the Mammoths in the inning, they get 3 runs on 2 hits. The RBI double by Henley, then the 2-run triple by Harden, and at the end of 5.5, Amherst is out to a 7-1 lead. Big hill to climb here for the Continentals. Can they do it? Well, they'll try to get going in the bottom of the 6th when we come back, and you're watching Hamilton College Baseball right here on the Northeast Sports Network. I'll get those rally caps out, Hamilton fans. It is the Mammoths of Amherst leading the Hamilton Continentals 7-1 as we get play underway in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jackson Ball working on what's turned out to be pretty much a gem so far. 5 innings, 1 run, 3 hits allowed. He faces Wolfsburg, Hauser, and Mealy in the last of the 6th, the 7-1 lead right now. Hamilton had a 3-0 lead yesterday, saw it go over the boards, but then rallied to win 5-4. Amherst took the lead in this game at the top of the 2nd. The Mammoths a 7-1 advantage. Wolfsburg a drive into center field. It is caught by Thanopoulos with a leap into the air, and then he tumbles down to the turf, robbing Ryan Wolfsburg once again. Wolfsburg has put some terrific swings on the baseball today, His last time up, he had that missile to right center that was robbed by Ariel Kenny, and here Thanopoulos with a terrific leaping grab. Looking like a wide receiver there, snaring down a high pass. And there's one away for Hamilton in the home half of the sixth, and Andrew Hauser, the batter. And if that's the way Ryan Wolfsburg's 17-game hit streak is going to come to an end, that'd be an absolute shame, as he has put some really good swings on the ball today. Andrew Hauser 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to left. First pitch taken for a strike, and Jackson Volk continues to chug along here for the Mammoths. Ball from the letters. Kicks and fires a pitch in for a strike. Well, this is just what the doctor ordered for the Mammoths today. The offense has gotten going. The pitching has been terrific. From Jackson Volk, big curveball misses low and away. The Hamilton offense really has never gotten going. Hamilton's never had more than 5 batters to the plate in an inning. There's a foul off, count 1-2. One away, last of the sixth. Amherst 7, Hamilton 1. Game 2 to follow this one, and our anticipated pitching matchup, one would surmise, would be Finley O'Hara for Hamilton against Amherst's Zach Horwitz. O'Hara, of course, pitched the 9th yesterday. That's more than likely why Max Jones was out there here for the opener today. And Zach Horwitz has been a starter for Amherst in conference play. Sham Snyder pitched yesterday, coming out of relief of Drew Fisher. 2-2 to Hauser. Just a bit outside. Count run full 3-2. Vol's been economical with his pitches as well. He's only walked 2. Struck out 3. Senior from San Diego kicks and fires. Pitch in the dirt, ball 4, and Hauser's aboard the 1-out walk. So just as I say Vol's been economical with his pitches, he proves me wrong and issues the free pass to Andrew Hauser. The way Hamilton swings the bat, the Blue never quite out of it. That set a big deficit to climb here, needing 6 runs and 2 at-bats right now. Brett Mealy's been quiet in this one. He's 0 for 2. He steps in right now, the catcher from New Jersey. He struck out and grounded out. NESCAC Player of the Week 2 weeks ago. First pitch curveball up and away for a ball. Mealy was fantastic at the doubleheader against SUNY Brockport. And much of the same the following day in back-to-back wins over SUNY Poly right here that you saw on the Northeast Sports Network. Mealy takes a pitch outside, quickly is ahead 2-0. Of course, next weekend we're right back here with more NSN coverage as Hamilton takes on the Williams Eafs. Timeout is Severino Tachi going to go chat with the senior pitcher. With this freshman-senior battery that Amherst has right now. And a quick word for Brett Mealy as well up the third base line. 2-0 the count, 1 away. Hamilton's got a man on first, 6-run deficit. That said, Hamilton can swing the stick, and Mealy looks to get over fastball that's taken for a strike. Don't want to be too aggressive here in terms of attacking a pitch that's maybe borderline. Throw to first and diving back in is Hauser. For a big guy, he's got some pretty good wheels. Kind of has a gazelle-like stride of those long tree trunk legs. Fly ball out towards left field. This one going back hard and nearly on the warning track. Can't come up with it. Hauser rounding second. He'll go into third standing up. And into second safely is Brett Mealy. Long run there for Ryan Harden. Just could not come up with the baseball. And Hamilton's got runners on second and third with 1 out here in the last of the sixth. And give a long double to Brett Mealy. 6th double of the season for the Hamilton catcher. And the Continentals again have something in the hopper here. Hauser on third, Mealy on second. Jordan Northrup a chance to get the Continentals back into this one. Infield remains regular depth for the Mammoths. First pitch, Northrup attacks it and fouls it straight back for a strike. Jordan 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a line out to second. The shortstop from Maryland, 2-year starter. Had a great offensive year last year, and this season just hasn't really found his offensive stroke quite yet. Ball winds and fires and pumps in a strike at the outer half, called strike 2. Ball's gotten into trouble the last couple innings, but worked his way out of it successfully. Hamilton's second and third, one away last of the 6th. Runners have their leads. Kick at the pitch, ground ball left side, right at Roberson. Amherst will concede the run as Roberson goes over to Henley for the out. Scoring on the ground out from third is Hauser, and Hamilton cuts the lead to 7-2. So it's an RBI ground out for Jordan Northrup. Staying on second is Brett Mealy, and the batter now is the DH Craig Sanford. So Hamilton gets one back, and it's now a 5-run deficit, so certainly things not quite out of reach yet for the Continentals. Again, they can swing it. Remember the comebacks that they've had here at this field. The big one against Oswego, the first home win. And yesterday against the Mammoths. Craig Sanford grounds it to the right side, and Steinhorn is there. And that's the end of the inning, but Hamilton does get one. The big double by Brett Mealy leads to an RBI ground out from Jordan Northrup. And we are through now 6, and Hamilton, heading into the 7th inning, trails Amherst 7-2. Hamilton's going to try to keep the deficit at 5, come back, and the last licks will be soon for Hamilton. They'll try to keep this one manageable. At the end of 6 complete, it's Amherst 7, Hamilton 2. Back with the 7th right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Hamilton going to the bullpen as we go to the top of the 7th, with the Continentals trailing the Amherst Mammoths 7-2. Now on to the mound for the Blue is Brett Sanford, making his 8th appearance of the season. Sanford 1-1 with a 6.00 ERA, 6 innings pitched. He's allowed 6 runs on 5 hits, walked 2, struck out 2. Opponents against the righty from Millstone Township, New Jersey, batting a paltry .238. So Brett Sanford on here to try to keep this one a 5-run game. It'll face Thaddeus, Spina, and Nardone as the breeze picks up here in Clinton. Under overcast and cloudy skies, the patchwork of grays and blues overhead. First pitch from Brett outside for ball number 1 to Yanni Thaddeus. Thaddeus probably glad to see Max Jones go. Thaddeus against Jones went 0 for 3. Kick of the pitch outside for a ball, 2-0. Hamilton defense again left to right in the infield. Steen Rosenberg at third, Jordan Northrup at short, Chris Collins at second, Andrew Hauser at first. Brett Mealy behind the plate, and then Robert Morris, Kenny Collins, and Ryan Wolfsburg left to right in the outfield. Thaddeus a drive to center. Kenny Collins ranging over to his right, hair bouncing as he strides over and makes the catch. That's the one way to tell Chris and Kenny apart, the Collins brothers, is that Kenny's got the longer hair, Chris the more closely cropped hair, and there's one away in the top of the 7th with Hamilton down 7-2, and the batter's the DH Anthony Spina. Close the book on Max Jones, and, really all things considered, not a bad outing. Had 2 bad innings, but otherwise pitched pretty well. And so Brett Sanford now the pitcher of record for Hamilton. One away, nobody on top of the 7th. Anthony Spina, the DH. A home run today, and he cues off the first pitch third base way foul for a strike. Baseball and softball double barrel action here at Loop Road today. Off the distance, softball taking on Trinity. Ray Biggs on the call, and you can check that one out as our doubleheader goes on, as we should be just about done here pretty soon to the top of the 7th of our 7-inning Game 1. Game 2 to follow after that. Big looping curveball fouled away. Breeze blowing stiffly across the Loop Road complex here. Brett winds and fires and bounces in a pitch. 1 ball, 2 strike count on the batter, Anthony Spina. Spina, though, aside from the home run, is 1 for 3. Or, excuse me, 0 for 2 aside from the home run. He's 1 for 3 on the day. And that big 6 home run explosion last year. Amherst, again, the offense has been very good this season, hitting the ball rather well. Just pitching has not helped the Mammoths out much. Offensively, Amherst leads the NESCAC in slugging, 2nd batting average. Team batting average .323 coming into the day, and so far 7 runs on 8 hits for the Mammoths. Kick of the pitch, and Spina drives this one off foul right field side. 13 home runs now in the season for the purple and white as well. So that .323 batting average only going to go up from what's happened in Game 1 today. 7 runs on 8 hits. Brett Sanford going to come off the front slope. Little lob over to first, and Anthony Spina goes down 1-3. 2 away for the purple and white at the top of the 7th. The batter, Nick Nardone, the third baseman. Nardone got the rally in the 6th going, really, that, is kind of an insurance rally, if you will, because Amherst takes that 4-1 lead into the last of the 6th. You've got a much, much different ball game. Instead, the 3-run rally at the top of the 6th with Nardone reaching to start the frame certainly got things going. As he hit the ball up the middle that could not be played by either Jordan Northrup or Max Jones. And quickly, Brent Sanford puts the Mammoths down in order 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. A pair of flyouts to center and a ground out to the pitcher. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Last crack for Hamilton. The Mammoths of Amherst lead the Hamilton Continentals 7-2. Can Hamilton rally in its final at bat the 2nd day in a row? We're all going to find that out together, friends. You're watching Hamilton College Baseball right here on the Northeast Sports Network. The last licks of the Hamilton Continentals, and my name's John McGraw, and you're watching NESCAC Baseball on the NSN, the Northeast Sports Network. Jackson Vol looking to close off the Continentals here. Amherst 7, Hamilton 2. Vol so far, 2 runs, 4 hits allowed, and he'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the home half of the 7th. Rosenberg, Morris, and Chris Collins. Vol kicks and fires Rosenberg, a fly ball to center field. Podopoulos looking up into the clouds has this one measured and makes a left-handed catch for the first out of the Hamilton 7th. That's the first time today Dean Rosenberg's been retired. He had singled and walked, scored a run as well. Jacksonville getting out of trouble his last 2 frames. Stranded a couple of Hamilton runners aboard. One down for the left fielder, Robert Morris. Rob 1 for 2, the base hit and a fly out to center. First pitch to Robert Morris, low for ball number 1. The Hamilton place kicker touches home plate with the stick, now gets ready to go. Place kicker from the football team, and a swing and a mighty miss there for a strike. Should football schedules hold, Hamilton football would open up with Amherst this coming season, with Amherst and Tufts being the two rotating opening game opponents for Hamilton. Flair right side of the diamond, and Steinhorn can of corn right there, 2 away. And so Hamilton down to its final out here, last of the 7th. 7-2 Amherst leads. Nearly a wire-to-wire lead for the visitors, who put 4 on the board in the second and haven't looked back. 3 insurance runs in the 6th as well as Chris Collins steps in. He's 1 for 3 of the base hit his last time up. Jacksonville trying to improve to 5-0 on the season here. As Amherst looking to split the series right now, with Hamilton winning game 1 yesterday 5-4 in come-from-behind fashion. Of course, game 3 will follow this, a 9-inning series finale. The 1-1 to Chris Collins. Popped right side of the infield. This one drifting almost back into right field, and Steinhorn puts it away, and that will do it. The Amherst College Mammoths have opened up today's doubleheader with a 7-2 victory over the Hamilton Continentals. Jacksonville picks up the win. He improves to 5-0 on the season, while Max Jones gets out of the loss. He'll drop to 0-3. 7-8-1 for the Mammoths on the day, 2-4-2 for the Continentals. Quickly, let's recap the scoring here as Amherst wins it to improve to 500, back to 11-11, and more importantly, 5-3 of the NESCAC West. Hamilton falls to 12-13 and 1-6 in conference play. Amherst got the scoring going in the second, and that was really the decisive rally. Anthony Spina led off the home run. Then Amherst would get 2 runs on a bases-loaded 2-out throwing error. Harry Roberson capped off the rally with an RBI single. Amherst led 4-0. Hamilton finally got on the scoreboard in the bottom of the 3rd inning as a steal attempt by Chris Collins with Dean Rosenberg on third ended up in a wild pickoff throw from Jackson Vole. That allowed Rosenberg to score. That would make it 4-1. That would remain the score. Hamilton threatened in the bottom of the 5th with runners on 2nd and 3rd, but Jacksonville pitched out of it, and then Amherst responded with 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning. An RBI double from Chase Henley, who finished 2 for 2, and then Ryan Harden with a 2-run triple, putting the cap on the Amherst offense today. Hamilton got 1 back in the 6th on the RBI ground out from Jordan Northrup, and that's how this one goes. Again, Jacksonville picks up the win. He improves to 5-0. Hard luck loss for Max Jones. That said, both these teams going to get right back after it, and we'll see who comes up with the win in this series. Each team now 1 win apiece. The rubber match coming up in about 30 minutes or so right here on the Northeast Sports Network. Quickly, offensive numbers for Amherst. Chase Henley, 2 for 2, had himself a good offensive day. Anthony Spina had the home run. Nick Nardone, the reigning NESCAC Player of the Week, scored a couple of runs for Amherst. And in the number 9 spot, Ryan Harden ended up going 2 for 2 with a 2-run triple. He scored a run as well. Hamilton offensive leaders, Brent Mealy went 1 for 3 of the double to left field, and that's pretty much it. Ryan Wolfsburg's hitting streak comes to an end. He'll look to get one going in our nightcap. Again, the final score of our Game 1, Amherst 7, Hamilton 2. My name's John McGraw. For everybody here at the NSN, we'll bid you farewell just for a little bit. Check back in about 20-25 minutes or so as we'll get you set for our nightcap with Amherst and Hamilton rounding out this weekend NESCAC West Series. So long for now, friends. We'll see you back here in just a bit, right here on the Northeast Sports Network.